Hey guys, it's Paul Mayer here, and I've been kind of fascinated recently with these spouted bowls. I saw one on Instagram, and I was really kind of puzzled by how you would either turn a bowl that had an inconsistent rim and had this spout protruding from it, or how would you carve a bowl and have it be so perfectly round and have it be, you know, not take you a lifetime to carve such a deep bowl. So I came up with the process, which is probably how these things are made. I just have never seen any kind of tutorial on it, but came up with a process that is mostly turning and a little bit of carving and a lot of sanding. Let me know if you have questions down below, and otherwise, hopefully this helps you out, and I hope you give this one a try.
Alright, so here's the setup. I've got a chunk of ash mounted on the lathe. This is about a 4-inch thick by 9-inch wide. This was given to me by a very good local turner by the name of Chris Lyons, who came over and gave me a little demo the other day. Really good turner. So check his YouTube channel out. I'll give you a link down below. So what I'm going to do is basically first turn a simple bowl. This is pretty similar size to what we had here. And I'm going to leave the rim a little extra wide to make room for the spout, and then we'll work on doing the carving on the spout in a little bit. Very simple carving process. So if you're not into carving, don't be intimidated. I'm not much of a carver myself, but this is really simple stuff, so I'll show you how I do it. Alright, I got a little bit more I need to remove so I can get out to that 1 inch, and I'd like a little bit more height since my low spot here, it's got about 1.25 inches to the low spot, so I should be okay in terms of height, but I want to get a little bit more protrusion of that spout. Alright, just doing a super close-up shot here because this tenon fit is perfect, and this is really important. So I really like to take my time and get that fit so that the angle of the tenon matches the dovetail angle on the chuck, and the base of the chuck is bottomed out on the bottom of the bowl. So you don't want the tenon too long so that the chuck is suspended and doesn't bottom out. You want it to bottom out, and when you tighten it up, you shouldn't see any gaps. And I'm not tightening it up yet to where it's crushing the wood. You want to put a really nice grip on that, but you want it to close together naturally, so you know that this bowl is not going to come off. So it's a good safety precaution, but it's also going to keep the bowl from vibrating when you're putting pressure on it with your lathe tool. So that's a perfect fit, and that's what you should go for. Is don't accept anything less than perfect. All right, when I get out near this edge, I want to be careful to use not this as my outside rim, but the side wall of the bowl. So I need to kind of eyeball that and make sure that I'm leaving adequate wall thickness and not getting making the wall too thin where it will remain, because I'm going to cut most of this rim off and then carve some of it as well. I'm going to put a pencil line right where the rim starts to flare out. This will make more sense in a little bit. Alright, now with the bowl flipped over, we want to find the spot and mark it for the spout. So what you want to do, and this is really important I think, is figure out which way the grain is running. So it's pretty obvious with this ash, grain is running this way. So I want to have that spout running with the grain for strength purposes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to center that right on this spot where the heartwood meets the sapwood, and I'm going to go for about 1.5 inches width on the end of the spout. So I'm going to mark 3/4 on each side of that divide, and then I'm going to just flare that back. Give myself a line where I'm flaring that back, about like that, back to the body of the bowl. Alright, I was able to get those cleaned up fine. Now I'm going to take actually a pad sander with a fairly aggressive grit, 80 grit, and clean up the perimeter of this. So that's going to take some elbow grease. You could do it with a circular sander as well, but I think the pad sander is just going to leave a little bit smoother surface with fewer flat spots. Alright, on the prototype that I made, I used a knife like this. This is a Ron Hawk carving knife, and just kind of scooped out the spout. And it didn't take that long, I don't know, 15 minutes or so, and this sweeping gouge helped quite a bit as well, kind of in the final cleanup. I'm going to try to speed things along and use a die grinder with this maybe a 1/2 inch kind of gnarly looking bit. And you know, if you're not comfortable with one of these, use it on some scrap first. But I've used it a bit. It's been a while, but I think this would be a good application for it. So I'm going to give that a try. What's the worst that could happen? All right, that worked great, and a lot quicker than hand carving. I'm not a purist about carving. I'm not very good at it with either hand carving tools or power carving tools, and that was still just really short work. So nothing to it. I'm going to clean that up with some sandpaper, shape it a little bit more, but that's pretty much it. All right, if you were going to do make a real bowl for pouring water, you'd probably want to put some kind of an epoxy finish in there so that it would actually hold the water. Most of your typical finishes are not going to make it impermeable to water. So I'm just going to put on there some mineral oil, same stuff I put on cutting boards or anything that I want to be food safe. So in case we want to use it as a candy dish or something.
All right, that about wraps this one up on my spouted bowl project. A friend of mine asked me, what do you do with a bowl like this that has a spout? And honestly, I will put it up on my shelf with all the other bowls that I make. I don't use, I use some of them, but I have made now dozens and dozens, and can only use so many, so I will probably put it up on a shelf. Anyway, I hope you give it a try. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe to the Toolmetrics channel, where I'll do more projects and do some tool reviews and whatever else might be interesting to you. Let me know. So thanks again for watching, and particularly thanks to those who have subscribed, and please give it a thumbs up if you liked it.